Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do Airbender then. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
And then 100 years ago, he just disappeared.
All right, welcome everyone to Movie Chest number 50. Big milestone here on the Movie Chest. And to celebrate, we decided to punish ourselves with one of the biggest stinkers in the chest. You know it. You saw the thumbnail. It's The Last Airbender.
Thoughts?
M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Big oof. Big oof.
Whoa, this is. I think he claimed this was his crowning best piece of work before it was released, and then got all the critical.
Everybody's just gonna say that, right? For their newest movie, like this is the best one yet. I mean, I wouldn't be able to.
We're still waiting on the sequels.
Yeah, they're coming. All right. I mean, we're recording this. If you're watching in the future, this is before all the live action stuff that's about to drop in like the next 5 years or whatever for The Last Airbender, because they're about to do like a show, a live action show, a movie, back like in animated shows. Like they're about to go in hard. Yeah. But we're back in simpler times here when the first attempt at something like this back in 2010. To me it felt like so much longer ago. It's like not that long ago actually that this was done.
It was interesting. I was telling Sarah when I turned it on that I watched this. I remember when I rented it on pay-per-view when I was a wee lad. I was sick and it was snowing outside, but I really wanted to be outside, but I couldn't. So we rented a movie and it was The Last Airbender. And I watched it like 3 times that day. What was wrong with me as a child?
Damn.
You were just, you felt the Avatar magic and you didn't know why.
Yes.
But it's just from the show. You felt the show's magic vicariously.
I've never seen the show.
Exactly.
Shit, man. That was me with like Shark Boy Lava Girl, dude. Shark Boy Lava Girl, like fucking way too much. Way too much. Oh, and now you look back and it's like, ooh, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one didn't stack up from the childhood.
No, watching it this time, I don't remember it. I mean, I remember it being kind of cringe and cheesy, and I like that kind of stuff, occasionally. I would watch those, those movies that would come out on Fridays on Sci-Fi Channel, and they'd be super stupid, but you're there to just enjoy, veg out for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Even this one, I couldn't veg out. Like, who wrote this motherfucking dialogue? I mean, M. Night, clearly, but like, what were you doing, man? What were you thinking when you were writing this? When you talk to somebody, do you repeat their name 69 times when you're talking to them? No.
And is every pronunciation of that name wrong? No.
God.
Is your name M. Night Shyamalan? No. If your name was like that, you'd want your name repeated too. All right. You just don't. You got to put your head in M. Night's head. All right.
Like they're like, Ong, look at that stick. Ong, look. Did you see Ong? Did you see the Ong stick? Ong? It's like, what? Why are you saying his name so many times?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's a big middle finger because every name in this is mispronounced if you watch the anime, dude. It's
like it was a deliberate choice to be like, fuck you, I'm not sticking with like the
he's like, I wanted to honor the true source material and how these names are supposed to be pronounced. It's like, dude, you didn't fucking watch the source material then. Like,
dude, I was like, I don't know how this like was known along the way, like, hey, like that's just not how it is. Like, did anyone like show him like an episode? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, dude, I just
M. Night,
buddy,
it's Aang. It's Aang, M. Night. It's Aang.
just like I just not sure if it's like total ineptitude or just like not, or just like I just don't know. Like, I don't know what happened here.
Well,
and it hurts.
Also, like Sokka, however you
Sokka.
His expression was the exact same no matter what was happening the entire time. Like,
wide-eyed bewilderment and confusion.
Like,
I mean,
the whole time.
He was the worst actor in this movie, 100%. The man who they casted for Sokka is the worst actor, but I mean, every other casting choice is equally just as bad. It's shocking. But Sokka is like a big offender for me. I mean, if you've watched the show, that man he brings the comedy, he brings the life, he brings the heart. and this man brings the stone cold nothingness of Anakin from the prequels. Like, what the? And he looks like him too. I'm like, why did you pick
Yeah.
this man? Like, why you thought this was Sokka? This it really it makes me like question like what was going on in the brain. Like,
I
Oh man, it's
how this
yeah,
got
I'm
greenlit
with
and
you.
was like when they finished watching like their cut of it, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm proud of this.
Yeah,
Send it,
right? Who checked
send it to
this
the big
off?
screen."
Right, like, oh. Anyways, I'm past like the. I don't need to. I'm done being toxic. I just this just like hit a very personal bone in my body, and yeah, that's why I couldn't do it. I got to
yeah, where'd you stop this time?
yeah, it's fair to say I didn't finish it the first time I watched it. I stopped.
Shame.
Yeah,
Dude,
could
you
do.
did it's a
And
it's
it's
a
the only
Shyamalan
film.
twist ending, dude. The Shyamalan
Is
twist
it?
ending. No.
Is it the Fire Nation wins and it the and, 100 years
Yeah.
of darkness?
I
Yeah.
did laugh out loud at the like sequel bait moment at the end. I like cackled
Oh,
with like that actress and her smile at the end, dude. It's just the most goofy fucking ham attempt at trying to make like drama. But anyways, when did you drop off?
um, oh yeah. The first time I dropped off at the uh, rock, the Earthbending village, the first Earthbending village they get to
You didn't like
in the
their
show.
food?
No. Yeah, and then this time I dropped off at the not far after at the rescue, the Blue Spirit rescue of Aang after he got captured.
But they're giving you the moments from the show. You didn't like that?
No, they're not. They're not the most. They're the moments from the show, but they're not. They're not the moments. There's no emotional anything through line from that translates from the show to
Dude,
this
it's
film
so
anywhere.
stale. This whole movie is so
Yeah,
like sterile. Like the feel of it
Worthless.
is I don't know. The acting
yeah.
obviously is it's gonna drag it all down. Like when like Zuko's like yelling constantly, and then Aang Ong is like just like taking that and be like, "Don't be mean, I'm out." Like it's like there's just the delivery. There was nothing there planned. It seemed like when they're
You guys
on
are
the
awesome
day.
people. The earth is beneath you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
awesome.
Dang, they've been fighting this war for 100 years. Like they don't need the pep talk, man. They've been beaten down for 100 years. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, to
Oof,
me, it was
oof.
basically like watching a fan film after a certain point. I mean, it kind of feels like
Yeah,
it too. Like the production value is pretty good
Yeah.
in the movie. I mean, like the like firebending ships and the machinery and stuff like that.
I didn't think
Built the
that looked too
sets.
bad.
It's all right. It looks pretty good. But like then you get the random actors. It's like they just found their buddies off the street and they're like, put on the Katara costume and then go say the line that she says. You know, it's like, oh, don't worry about putting any soul into it. No, we got you in the costume. We built this ice set that feels wrong. Like, I mean, the film of the quality of this film is like pretty high as far as like
The
it was
budget
like
was there.
it was filmed in 3D
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like you can tell like
yeah,
it's pretty crisp, but it honestly is doing like a disservice to the movie because it has no style. It's just the like human aspects are so like popping out of this animated world, not in a good way. It's like
Yeah.
nothing's like feng
right.
shuiing into the shot. Everything is like drawing you out of it because it's too goofy. It's like a very weird feeling that I had when I watched this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a similar feeling. I was like wondering. I was like, yeah, it's got to be hard translating like animation because animation is literally like you're drawing every frame exactly how you want it to be, and to like to push a certain point forward. So it's like hard to like you can't if you're live action. It's like you can't shot for shot recreate that because it's like you just can't do that. It's not like it's not artistically smart. I would say.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to get like translate to fully human stuff, but like that's also where the magic happens. It's like you still got to find the soul and the heart, like where
Yeah.
the center of the story lies. And there was just like no center of the story, like no center of the story. Aang wasn't the center, like wasn't he? Like I didn't
Yeah.
even feel like you know what I mean? Like
It's like a side character.
yeah, to the rest of everything else that's just happening around them that they're like
Yeah.
running through.
I
So
mean, it might just be all adaptations, but this one really
yeah,
felt like somebody was like, I'm gonna write my favorite movie and my favorite show. I'm gonna hit all my main points and hit my favorite spots. And
I felt
like
like I was
there,
being taken on a tour of like this world. It felt like I
and
wasn't allowed to like be a part of it. It was just
you get
hey,
surface
check,
level,
yeah,
like you get to look over here for a little bit. And you get to like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It just felt bad. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and like the only movie I think I've ever rated without fully seeing it through. So maybe I'm a piece of shit for doing that. But um, if I have to turn it off, if I can't watch it twice, like I'm pretty much enjoying most things. Like I
It
find
was
stuff to enjoy in most things. So,
like for an hour and 46-minute movie, I think is what it was.
yeah,
It felt so long. Like
pretty long. Yeah,
yeah.
it dragged ass.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
I
like
was hoping it was.
ready to like enjoy this on a so bad it's good level type of movie. And I kind of did for like the
Too.
first 20 minutes.
Mm.
And then it becomes like just so gratingly boring that I
Yeah.
was like, man, I didn't want to give this movie half a star, but like it might be one of those movies. Like I was like, I'm ready to give it 1 star. You know,
Mhm.
it's got some it's so at least I can watch it as a fan fiction film type, you know,
Yeah.
like and then it just goes on for
Yeah.
another hour and 20 minutes, and you're just like, you guys, you
And
lost me. You lost me.
I gave it 1 star, and then like I think I had like 10 minutes left, and then it just kept going and going and going, and it felt like it was had an eternity. So I'm like, nope, that's it, half star. You just lost it all for me. So
Yeah.
The straw that broke the camel's back, huh? Fucking
that
did it.
last like stretch, I was
It's
just
pretty
like,
unfortunate. Like that last half hour
Yeah.
all takes place. Spoiler Noah, since you didn't watch the end.
Feel free.
Um,
I don't.
it's in the. It takes place at the Northern Water Tribe, where the
Okay.
show takes like it's like they did the
They
whole
mentioned
first season in one movie,
right.
and you
Okay.
miss all
That
the
makes
like
sense.
beginning
Okay.
parts where you grow to love the characters and understand them. You only get the
Right.
epic water battle with the firebenders coming into their village. It's like you spent so much of your movie just building up the action set piece at the end that you wasted all the time like that you needed to like care about the characters.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing. And it's like
Yeah. No.
doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Doesn't deserve that thought. That's gone.
I get it, man. I get it. I mean, it's smart. I feel like it's a smart decision to like if you're gonna turn this into a movie like per season, a season per movie or whatever. But if you're doing it with something like Avatar, at least for me, like something that's so dear to me, it's like take your time with it, man. Give it a good like 2 hour, full 2 hours, 2.5, and like let us like sit with these characters and get to because like oh man, and maybe it's just nostalgia, rose-colored glasses, like look, being a kid and watching the show, but the show was like formative for me.
yeah,
So like to
I'd watch
see
it.
this,
I have the series right there actually if you can see it.
yeah, oh yeah.
There we go. But
That's like it's like that's one of those things I rewatch too, like with Lord of the Rings and like Harry Potter. It's like those things that I'll
throw
just
that
always
on.
throw it on.
Show your child this, Alex. I'm telling you, I watched it like slightly into my teen years, like a little bit too late for it to super punch me. It did, but like
yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this is one that I learned so much. Like that sounds dumb. It's like this kid show taught me so much about, but this one is just so smart and it doesn't talk down to you. Like it's like there
Right.
for you and
I
there for the story too, man. It's so
A
good.
lot of
Uncle
people have
Iroh,
told
bro.
me to watch it, but there was one roommate in college that kind of just ruined it for me. So maybe when Elliot's of age and wants to like actually sit down and watch a series,
Right.
I'll turn. Sarah's seen them and she really likes them, but I've
Nice.
never. Yeah, I don't know.
Like 4 or
It's
5
just-
years, maybe that's the time to give
Yeah,
her a go.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
watch it eventually. It's just right now it's a bit raw. Now definitely really raw because this movie fucking blew.
fuck.
I mean, I know I shouldn't compare it, but like this, I raw dogged this movie without knowing anything else, and it gave me stuff. You know,
Mm.
I've been itching for days.
Really, I was
Fuck me up.
wondering, like, because the one, like, when I was actually kind of enjoying this movie, I was like, well, it's my fan fiction film. But I don't, if you haven't seen the show, I wonder if this movie is even worse, honestly. I think it might be. Like,
The dialogue is just so bad, and it's
Nah.
it's not that it's written bad
unbelievable.
either. Like it is written, it's horribly written,
terrible.
but it's also horribly performed. Which
Yeah.
how do you fuck up double, and then
Yeah.
triple, obviously, and then God knows however many else. I mean, the one scene that kind of like made me chuckle was when Ong goes to the temple, the monks, and the one old monk's like, "You made me live in poverty for
Oh
years,"
yeah,
and then
dude.
just like
What
stands there with his hand out, waiting for the guy. And he's like,
Yeah.
and then somebody gives him a small pouch. It's like that you sold him out for like 2 coins. What? You're still gonna be in poverty tomorrow, man.
the Avatar,
That's the
bro.
fucking
Yeah.
Avatar.
I'm just
Get your
like,
bag,
this
dude.
is so goofy. I don't know. And maybe it's like that in the show, and maybe 2 coins will go a long way. But that just felt, and like they couldn't even get it blocked right or whatever. He stood on that stair waiting for like the right guy. He's like, "No, you're not him. You're not him." And then
Like
finally, a guy
Winzik.
came with a pouch. He's like, you know,
Okay, now I can get out of here. Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yes.
He's slowly
sure.
creeping up the stairs. He's like, "I can't run yet because I don't have my sack." M. Night's like, "Just wait, just wait." So yeah, that was like a very comedic part for me to sit through and just be like,
There's
who
like
allowed this to happen?
it's a sad time though that's the funniest part in the movie because like the show has like very light-hearted moments that they bring out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's for children obviously, so it kind of has to at times, but this movie decided to like it decided to take itself so seriously for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it doesn't have that connection to the source material. It literally only has face value connection. So I
it's
just
got the name.
wonder.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all they needed.
and this reminds me about a lot of movies
So-
nowadays, and like some of the downfall is like they're Trojan horsing all these things. They slap the name on it that they know they'll attract people and they'll pull
Yeah.
money. Clearly, this didn't make enough to make sequels, obviously, but like they still pulled money. You know, they still pulled a huge crowd out of it, and I'm sure DVD sales for like funsies now,
Yeah.
because back then
Yeah.
DVDs were still a thing, but it just feels like this was one of those things just earlier on. It was a Trojan horse. Hey, watch the Airbender, but this is Shyamalan's artistic twist on Avatar: The Last Airbender. But it
Yeah.
wasn't even a
There's
twist. It
nothing
wasn't the Shyamalan
artistic.
twist.
Nothing
Yeah.
twist, nothing artistic.
Yeah,
Even the physics renderings, like the CGI in this stuff, like the bending, it was like decent at times, but then other times it's like, dude, that looks like goofy as shit. Like it's
The
like,
water
Yeah.
especially looked goofy.
yeah.
and
Earth looked good. Earth was like probably
Fire was pretty decent.
Fire was okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some that was like but yeah.
one
Since
question I
2010,
have
yeah.
given myself, one question I've given myself after watching this movie. I guess Noah is a person I can actually like debate this with more, but the movie makes a big deal about Iroh at the end. Oh my god, he's creating fire from his hands. No one ever seen something like this before.
Oh,
The show, I mean, the universe
That is
that's
firebending,
how
dog.
you firebend in the universe.
Yeah.
So like my question is, because I kind of can see some value in what Shyamalana decided to do with making you have to firebend from a source. I kind
Yeah.
of like toy with that as like a good narrative choice because it's like inherently more interesting since you don't just have to like fire like fist shit from, like you have to like every other bending even in the show has to have
Yeah.
a source to do it, and fire's the only one, so it kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like,
Yeah.
and I
Air's
think
kind of got the monopoly on that, but yeah.
right. And
Good thing.
like water, you can like blood bend, earth bending, you can metal
Yeah,
bend.
that's true.
And it kind of allows like firebending to have this cool little unlock that you can do when you can do it yourself. I guess you have lightning
Yeah.
bending, so there's also that.
Well, that's
special
like
thing,
what's
but-
like Super Saiyan 2, right? Like
Yeah.
hit your levels right, train
So
up.
I kind of respect that decision, even though it's totally breaking from the source material. It's
You're
done
reaching,
badly.
man.
It's done badly, but like I think if I were to create a universe in this universe, I might have made that decision if I was like starting from base nothingness, like
Yeah.
and the firebending culture, they like ravaged the world, and to see them have to like use a source of engine fire to like ravage the world, and like that's just something I could like get behind a little
Cool.
more. I don't know, yeah.
Just like dragging fire across the world to like destroy the world, to like conquer the world.
Yeah, it's just
Kind of cool
kind of
concept.
yeah, and you have to like keep that fire burning, there's more to do
Yeah.
there, like inherently for
Yeah.
me. So like I
I
kind of
like that.
like that idea.
you conquer a town and then like more fire, right? Like big fire deposit,
Once it
whatever, you know.
builds,
Like,
once you start a fire, you're set. So it's
you're
like,
there. Yeah.
yeah,
There you
Yeah,
go.
could have been
I don't
cool.
mind that.
Could have been
That's
It's a
cool.
one-star
like
movie.
one in a million of horrible choices, probably. Like, you know, like one good choice, a needle in a haystack for that movie.
Yeah.
You know, every other decision was like made the opposite way. It felt to me, it felt like spiteful or like fuck. No, we're not fucking doing that
Just, yeah,
because
didn't
that's the
care.
way they did it. We're not doing that. Like, someone like showed him a picture of Aang with tattoos that actually went down his arms, and they're like, no, put a cross on his back. That'll be better.
It's Ang. Okay.
Yeah, no, no. I'm holding on to the canon, man. The canon lives in my heart.
Not in this world, boy.
Yeah, so
I'm
actually,
Shyamalan's
I think
world.
I'm gonna give this one half a star. But I was curious what your other guys' like half a star movies are, if you
Ooh.
wanted to.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to like compare notes on what we've decided is like you have to consciously tell people that this is the bottom of the barrel movies. You know,
Yeah, like warning, just to like save your time. You know,
Oh,
possibly.
you're right. I forgot this one. The first one on the list for me was Candyman, the new one, but that was just because they broke every single rule
Oh, wow.
of their own
Broke the lore.
narrative story.
Yeah.
I don't even know the original lore. I just know that the foundation they laid and the rules that they stated in the film, they broke those rules by the end of the film for plot convenience, and that just was
Too much.
Sure, Howard. Oh, damn. Okay. So this is pretty telling for me. Okay. Oh, movie 43. Is that what you said? That's what.
I have
That's-
movie 43. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
general consensus one.
yeah. That's
Oh, look at that. That's a 1 star for me. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
one star.
I could easily throw it down 1 star and a half a star. That's there's
Yeah.
fucking it's all shit. So
I have Wild Wild West as one with Will
Okay.
Smith.
Okay.
I
Never
don't
seen
know.
it.
Maybe I don't know why I took like such a heated stance on that one. It's a fucking terrible movie, but maybe that's a 1 star. We'll see. Maybe.
My half stars are The Room. Percy
A
Jackson.
cult classic? You kidding me?
Yeah. Again, I tried to create I tried to watch it with love, like try to have some fun with it.
Too
I
much.
just couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't. I finished it. I did finish that one.
I've seen that one a
So-
few times
Yeah.
for funs, not like
It's yeah.
sitting down as like watching it as a prestige movie or
For
anything. I would
research.
just research purposes. Seeing if Tommy Wiseau or whatever the fuck made it onto my director's list.
Also have
yeah.
the Lion King remake, the live action remake.
Ooh.
I walked out of the theater and
Yeah.
immediately gave that the lowest rating I could possibly give because that was one
Wow.
of the soulless experiences I've ever had in a movie. So
That's what I've heard about it, that it was just lifeless.
Yeah.
it made me like, I don't know. I had a bad reaction to that movie, and it like tampered with my childhood.
Dude, that's how I felt with Airbender, man. I had like a visceral reaction. I was like, I can't fucking do this, dude. Like, this is going to like tarnish stuff for me. So,
Yeah, but other than that,
yeah,
Elektra, and then all the like shitty American Pie movies or like Epic Movie, all those ones I watched when I was in my teens. Those are just
Yeah.
bottom barrel movies. And then a movie called High Rise. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Fuck, man, that's an anomaly of a movie if you've ever watched it. Like,
yeah.
I watched that one, and it's the most like surrealist. Like, oh my god, they're all living in one building, and it's kind of dystopian, and it's all about social class, and everybody's living whoever's at the top is living. And it's like supposed to be, it's supposed to be like artful and smart, and I'm just like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever fucking watched in my life. I can't do it. So I was like, no. But I was just curious, like what the family was like down there now that Avatar's the last Airbender is there.
What else you got, Alex?
I got 365 Days, the softcore porn on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
Oh
I hit
yeah.
the shuffle button. Me and Sarah, we were like, "What do we want to watch?" And I always take like ages to find something. So she just said, "Hit the shuffle button," and it said Netflix recommends this steamy movie. We think you'll enjoy it. And we were like, "All right, Netflix, let's see what you got." No, didn't enjoy it. Netflix knows nothing about me.
I spend
Ghost
so
Rider,
much time
the second
scrolling
Ghost
through
Rider
it.
is also one that I remember just hatefully giving a half star
I
because
haven't seen the second one. Yeah.
I don't think I have either. I remember. I mean, yeah, I remember watching the first one, and be like, "Whoa, like this fucking guy.
He's got a flaming head.
He's on a motorcycle,
That's
man. He's
fucking crazy.
tearing shit up." Yeah.
Yeah, that
Nick
second
Cage.
one didn't seem like a lot of magic in that one from the trailers I remember seeing.
no, I remember my memory of watching that was I couldn't sleep when I was younger, Christmas Eve. So I stayed up and I sat in my living room and I turned on, I think it was like a free HBO weekend or some shit, but Ghost Rider 2 was on. So I was like, right on, turned it on. I hated it. And like memory stuck with me. Like I went after it got over, I was like, that was so bad. This was before I was like even considering doing anything with film,
Yeah.
you know? Like I had seen good movies and I have enjoyed good movies, but then I was like what, like 10 or whatever. I think I got an Xbox for Christmas that year, an Xbox 360. That's how fucking long ago I watched this fucking thing. And
Go.
it was like I just remember being like, why'd they do this to me? Because the first one was entertaining, but the second one was
Yeah.
just garbage.
You're like, Nick Cage, I thought you were my friend, but
Yeah, right.
now I don't know.
Thought you fought for good. Yeah.
No,
So yeah,
that's I
horrible
can see
memory with
that.
that one.
Yeah. You got any other ones,
Yeah.
Noah? Or
I feel like I'm pretty predictable with mine. Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief, 1 and 2.
that's kind
Because
of akin to Avatar, right? Another
right,
terrible
another
fucking
childhood
adaptation.
thing that got fucking fucking butchered by the
Never watched
machine,
them.
grinded.
Watch the
The
first
books,
one.
I read the books in like uh, school through junior high because they were coming out. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Does everyone go through a Greek mythology? I feel like I was deep into Greek mythology for like a long time.
Had a couple years there.
Yeah, which is cool. So those two, the Fantastic Four, the like the newest,
And
the
Four
most
Stick.
recent one, I guess. Yeah, Miles Teller, and then Alien vs Predator Requiem, and that is it. Yeah, those six. Which my
Nice.
only
Wow.
half stars.
Well, now the last Airbender can join the ranks. I don't know. Are they? What is it? Half star for you guys or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
I tried
Yeah,
to give it one, but I was like, I can't. I
yeah.
couldn't stick the landing even
I can't.
close to a
Yeah,
1-star landing.
yeah. I can't justify giving it a 1 star because I can't. I haven't even
You
finished it.
didn't
I'll
finish.
just right. I'll just revert to that excuse.
A half
It's
star for a half-assed watch.
for a half-assed movie. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
For
That's
for
all
like a
you can.
quarter-assed movie, like an eighth-ass, we'll go down to like 30 seconds, man. Like,
It keeps
goddamn.
dividing. Oh my god.
Yeah, fractions. It's infinitesimal. I can't.
If it looks like shit and it smells like shit, well, it's probably shit.
And boy, did this one stank.